Alright, let's do this boss fight. If I just don't walk into the walls so much. Now, if you have a look at the outlay of the apartment that we now fade to, which is sort of now and real life, you will notice that it is the bloody sealed off apartment from those horrible apartments building where you find one of the fuses. So Simon isn't really like Simon isn't really like living at home with mom. He probably wishes it was in his head, but he is actually in his wheelchair. Let me just see if I can maneuver this so that I'm going straight here. He is in his own apartment, in an apartment complex, in a wheelchair from the accident at the beginning of the game, writing this book about his feelings and experiences that Dr. Purnell, his psychiatrist, asked him to write to deal with his demons. And during this process is where the game takes place, because we have been fighting our inner demons, obviously. Ah, fuck. I don't know if that went too well. But we get a few chances that I'm actually gonna reload here already, even though I don't have many clips, but I want to get a full clip in him if I can. My game had a bit of a hiccup there, which was rather annoying. So long as you don't look around for stuff, which you can't pick up anyway or do anything with, it's pretty good to just go forward. Ah, well, he's lower than I am now, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna do... That's just like a little... to show him running off. He's half, and I think I'm a little bit more than half, so... Oh, bollocks! I might have to recalibrate my mouse, it feels like, because I'm sort of... I don't know, it doesn't feel like I managed to aim very well. Alright, here's the last bit. I'm just gonna see if he... If I could set him off and have a bit of a distance to him would be nice, but... yeah.
I stopped myself from doing it. From committing suicide. But it didn't only leave me alive. It also left 2 police officers dead. I killed them. Shot them both. This was not supposed to happen. Doctors testified that I was having a psychosis. Which means that my punishment won't be too hard for me to bear. I have to spend the rest of my life in a mental hospital, where nurses and doctors are taking care of me. They let me finish my book, and it has helped me a lot. I wrote a happy ending, just for myself. I feel better now. I am more at peace with myself, even though I'm still stuck in this wheelchair. But I accept that now. I can never forgive myself for shooting those 2 officers, though. But I have so many supportive people around me now, so I think I will be okay. Dr. Purnell is mentoring me and is watching my progress. I am lucky to have him. Sophie visits me every once in a while. When the doctors let her, that is. They still think her visits are too destabilizing for me and that it hinders my progress. I keep on telling her how sorry I am for making her life miserable every time she's here. She just laughs a bit and tells me to stop being so silly. But I can see the damage I've done to her in her eyes every time she looks at me. She found a new friend, one who is there for her and treats her right. I'm happy for her, though I'll miss the good moments we've had, knowing that they'll never come back. I think this is a good time to close this book. It has changed my life forever. The end.
Let's see what score I get. Yeah, so that was the good ending, believe it or not. The rest is all worse. Yeah, I love this game. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Psychologically, it's amazing. And also, I'd like to make a my theories. I mean, of course, we're fighting with our inner demons. We're depressed and everything, and it's very, yeah, that's obvious. But then, like, people wonder about Sophie and the boss. That boss, the carcass boss by Sophie, sort of means that you stand up for someone even though they have rejected you. You don't go, oh well, she didn't care for me, so I'm not gonna care for her, in that particular scenario, but you stand up for her. And Dr. Purnell, of course, is like, he's a good guy in real life, but in his mind, he's someone, you know, intruding and he's there somehow, and he thinks of him as something negative. Probably because, going and seeing psychologists and doctors aren't not a very nice thing, well, there's lots of, like, almost all the enemies that are then inside his head are actually, like, most of them are in some way representative of his condition. There's a lot of, bedridden ones that can't get out of bed. They're hindered. What do you call it when you have all the straight jacket types of things, or there's something with their legs. They're crawling, they can't use their legs, or, you know, legs are cut off. There's lots of images of suicides. Almost all the enemies do a suicide. They they jab something in their throat or head, or they slit their throat, or shoot in the head. And a lot of imagery of cutting oneself, of course. And just along the game he goes like deeper and deeper and deeper into his own psyche, until when you decide what to do. That's also with Dr. Pennell, since he is actually a good doctor, but he experiences him as someone who asks him for things that he cannot provide. He, by trusting him though still, he shows that he can trust even though he's been hurt, and everything talks against it, but he can still trust. Oh man, D! Oh, Jesus. It took 10 hours. Holy moly, and I almost saved 100 times. 65% accuracy. Well, you know. So how the hell am I supposed to make this under 2 hours or whatever it was for that achievement? Not with this. If it was just, you know, the boss fights and running around and making my way, it'd be okay. If it weren't for the oh, what's it called? The labyrinth puzzles. Since like a normal straight corridor is like a fucking labyrinth for me. Since I'm so bad at finding things, I can't find my own ass without a map. And the platform jumping type of thingies, which I've never made like on a clear run. It's nope. So I don't think that's gonna be actually possible for me, but maybe I'll give it a try at some point. I don't know yet. I love this game. It's very dear to my heart, and I'm glad I was able to share it with you. Now go fight your inner demons!